Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. It is April the 11th, I believe. So I guess it is now time to pull this tire off. If my brother's generator had been here at home, I would have just brought that down probably and just changed it down here. But yeah, I should try things up there anyway. So perhaps I can get the jack down underneath there somewhere and somehow and get it lifted up and pull this tire off and take it up. And then hopefully they'll have the thing up and going again. Well, there it is. And here's what I got. This is the cheapest I found. They are 12 ply. And these, I'm not sure what ply they even are. But I don't think they're even that heavy. I don't think they're heavy, but anyway. So yeah. That's how I break a bead with a post pounder and a tire iron. Not the ideal way, but we've done it for years. Now I did punch through that tire, which the tire completely jumps, don't matter. Just make sure you get in behind the bead there. Well, that's the one side. Here's the gash in the tire that split out and blew. So that's one side off. Here's where I punched. So you want to be down on this lip here. Not so much as far back as it was, but don't matter in this tire because it is junk, obviously. Anyway, and if you're worried about protecting the tube, you gotta be careful you don't pinch the tube either. But both pieces are junk in this one, so I'm not too worried. Now, when that one goes back together, yes, I gotta watch that. So, yeah, now it's time to flip it over and do the other side. Or maybe I'll pull out the tube first. And that's how I got the tire off. Well, not quite. I started on the wrong side because it's got that, I'll show you here. It's got this groove. But when this thing here is designed with valve stem on this side and on the other side, so I really don't always know which. I don't do it very often to know. So I'm obviously not a professional. But yeah, I don't know if you can get these kind of tire irons anymore. The flat end, you probably can, but that's just what we use. We used to not do that. We used other things. We couldn't start doing that, and that worked really well. So that's what we use for now. And of course, you can't forget the lube. Well, you can, but it makes it work much nicer if you put it on. But these are tube type, so as far as seating, it's going to make a whole lot of difference. But putting it together should help some. We used to not, but we do now. Yeah, make sure I put it on the right way. Which, yep, that's the right way. Sometimes you don't need pry bars to put them in. That might be to get it. I got it all mounted on. Now some of you are probably like, oh, you put that tube in there on the wrong side. And you're right. I put it on the wrong side, but I got it in there. So it's time to air it up now the rest of the way. We put some air in there. And then I let the air back out again, and then fill it back up. This side's almost up against. There's a little bend here in the rim I might try to straighten. And the back here, it's still pretty hard. It's kind of hard to see, but it's still standing out pretty good. So, yeah. Now I didn't leave it all up because it's starting to go back off the bead again. We were probably less than 25 psi, we can get to 35, so we weren't anywhere near blowing it. Shouldn't have been, so. Because now we just pump it back up and take her back down. This is a tube type, that's why it doesn't stay on the bead. Well, tubeless ones don't always either if you lube them, but this is a tube type, so it needs a tube in there. So this is what the combine takes, or at least that's what's on it. I'm not sure what year this stuff is. I have to look. I should look around on it somewhere. Might be gone on this one. Date code. I didn't look real hard, but I didn't see a date code on this one, so I don't know. Well, there it is. Brand new tire on there. Sitting all up nicely. Again, it's just sitting down the rim. So, yeah. Eventually, I need to swap tires. See here what the difference in the tread looks like. This looks more like a modern piece of equipment now. But anyway, yep. And it shouldn't really hurt too much because this still got pretty good tread yet. So I don't even have to worry about hurting anything. Oh, this tire is junk though too, so. Anyway, at least we can run it again. And get out of the field now and get back up in the shed. It's now the next morning. I just got the header on hooked, ready to drop it. I'm gonna wash the combine down, I guess, some, and the engine bed, because I just trash in there from corn harvest and it's laying there all wet. I keep from rusting it a bunch. I guess now I'll go get something to eat for breakfast and come out and wash it up later. Well, I got the engine bag cleaned up half decent, so now I guess I can go try to hook up to this grain head, which is a pain to hook up to. Well, I should have gotten this cleaned off, but dig some up by hand and call it good. But anyway, I gotta pull this hay wagon out of the way so I can get in there. Pull the wagon out by hand. So anyway, that's moved out of the way, I believe. Now hook up this frustrating header that about make a saint swear. I think it's a pain to hook up. I cut this little triangle piece out of it at a time, and that didn't help anything. So I'm not sure. It doesn't fit on very well. The corn head fits on beautifully. That in there is so easy to hook up. This thing here is just a pain to hook up. So anyway, I get hooked up so I can release that pin on it, so it's not, that way the springs aren't compressed the whole time or stretched the whole time, whatever it does. And then I need to put a bearing in here that's missing somewhere down in there. Somewhere there's a bearing missing in there, I think. I have an extra one I need to put in there some point, so I might try to do that today yet, we'll see. And we should be pretty close ready for wheat harvest. Aside from adjusting it, making the adjustments. So I'm not probably gonna do too much videoing. I'm hooking this thing up because it's quite a pain to hook up compared to that corn head. Bad. It actually went pretty good, so I did a little modifications to the feeder house thing where it bolts on. And I used that board and that posted cement block to block underneath this side and jack this side up to push this side down so the bolt holes will line up pretty close. You almost have a counterweight over there because you have all this weight hanging on this side and it kind of goes to tip it. So anyway, got it hooked up, and I guess now I'm going to fire it, make sure everything still runs. I know that, Rex ran out yesterday. Oh yeah. Well, the whole reel goes up. The reel goes down. Yep. Alrighty. So, yep. Now the lamb where it got where it didn't belong. Right there, little bugger is. Come on, come on. For some reason, he wants to hang out here with my goats, but that's not safe for it because it dare not have this goat mineral because it will kill it. So I gotta catch that thing and take it back where it belongs. I was gonna put it back up in that bin where I used to keep it, but this header don't hardly fits there very well, and well, I don't know if I can really get in there. I have to move a bunch of that junk out of the way, that scrap metal. Because the reason I didn't want to put it down here is because, well, I got lots of clutter down here. Some of the stuff needs to get sold, and some I'm gonna keep and stuff. So anyway, this is stuff, free stuff I got from my neighbor. So that's why all this mess is. So I gotta separate some of the stuff, sell some of the stuff. I want to hang on to the New Holland stuff and stuff, like the Ford and New Holland stuff. Here's a John Deere seal, which that's on Facebook. And I also have this damper pulley. I think it has the rubber damper in it. Brand new for John Deere. I think here's numbers, part numbers, I think. It's for these for John Deere engine. Anyway, I have no use for that. That's also on Facebook. So I am going to negotiate the price on that as well as on this. So yeah. And here I have a spotlight thing. Brand new. Still got the messes. And I got some bolts for Ford and stuff. And I got some internet. I don't have this listed. I'm not sure. My brother, I did check with my brother to see if he wants that yet. But anyway, then I got some international window wipers, a window guide thing, whatever it is, some door handle, it looks like, and a crank, hood latch. And in here is some, man, sure what's in here. I know I checked it before. Oh, window seals or door seals or something. Window seals, I believe. And then in this box there's a whole vent, all for international big trucks, I believe, as well as this piece here. So yeah, that's some of the stuff. And they got all this assortment of adapters and stuff, hydraulic stuff. Here's a John Deere to a regular one. So yeah, a bit of Ford stuff. I'm supposing these are Ford valves, but I'm not sure. These are nice and basically almost antique stuff now. It's an O-ring. Still in its original package from Ford back in probably the 80s or so. So anyway, I got a carburetor. Marvel Skebler. So anyway, yeah, some of the stuff I'll probably try. Well, I'm trying to get rid of some of this stuff. So I might hang on to. Some I'm not gonna hang on to yet. some of this John Deere stuff, some of this truck stuff too. So yeah, and I have this. I got this as well. I might try to put this thing on. See, that fits in my Dodge. I mean, the bolt pattern matches, but whether the gears line up the same, we'll see. I get some shims, I guess, for that. So yeah. So I get this stuff cleaned up here. I guess I can put the combine back in here. So you clean up all this stuff here on the floor. Put that somewhere. Well, I'll get this stuff out of here because before too long, we want the corn planter, which it got broken too. It got butched. So it's in the process of getting. I think Dad ordered parts for it. I'm not sure if he did or not. I think he tried. Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure he tried to get some parts. Actually, he has a John Deere box right here. Yes, he did get the parts actually. A new shaft, replaced the one that got bent. And let's see what else. Yep, a sprocket to replace a broken sprocket. Two of them actually. This one, two that were broken. And one of the bearings was broken. Which bearing was it? This one. When that shaft got bent, it busted that bearing. But with my stuff from my neighbor, there also is a brand new bearing in there. It's kind of tight, but it'll probably work for a while. Slow turning shaft. So let's get our stuff for the corn plant. We need to fix that up yet and put it back together. So that's ready. And how am I gonna get this stuff out of here? So some of the stuff put away or out of here so I can, yeah, use my equipment again. So yeah, here's a bunch of belts that I doubt I'll be able to use, but anyway, so we'll see. Gotta clean some of this stuff up a while. I guess I'm gonna try and move this thing now up to the other spot. I cleaned it up a little bit. Let's see if I can do this single-handedly. Well, I adjusted the brakes. I was sitting down the shed down there, and boy, they sure grab them pretty good now. The one can maybe be a little tighter yet, but yeah, they definitely really grab. So that's a good thing. So yeah, one doesn't seem to have a lot of, probably doesn't take much pressure to make that one go. It's just spring is shot, so that might be some of the problem. Or it doesn't do a whole lot. Doesn't seem to hold the pedal like it should. So that may be the issue. Anyway, there, get this block back up there so I can put it underneath the plow. And I think maybe move a little more of this stuff out of the way and be ready to bring the combine in here again. Well, there it is, back in the tarp building. So, yeah, the header still, of course, sticks out because it's not. I could get it in there further. I think I used to get it in further than that, but at least the combine's sitting back inside. The header gets to stick outside like it sometimes does. So that's got some wiggle room here to work and things and stuff. Yep. I might as well just open this back up again. and I can sit in here and dry out. And I might as well put this cover back over this mesh so the wheat don't fall out when I go to harvest wheat. Back on there. Maybe not as tight than it could maybe be on the other side there, but that should do the trick, keeping the wheat from coming out. But yeah, it looks easy to put on until you gotta try to put it on. I wonder why I even take it out sometimes. I took it because Dad kind of went out for his corn. Get it all clean, gets it all cleaner, but anyway. So that's that. Done with that part. So guess it'll sit there for now. At some point I might adjust them skids. We'll see. Take them off and redo everything. But we'll see if I get to that. It's not real important when you're doing wheat. It's not a big deal. It's a little bit high because, well, don't might cut a little bit high with wheat. I mean, I won't cut too high because I like to get about as much as I can of wheat. So yes, if I was not gonna bother cutting or saving it for straw, I wouldn't mess with saving it. But I had to cut fairly close to the ground when I'm cutting wheat, like when we do it, like we do it. So yeah, up there's a. Don't know if you'll be able to see it. Right there, that old speck that's moving out there. That's one of those two-bladed, topside bladed helicopters. But anyway, there it is back in the shed. At least the combine mostly is. Finally. Since that was what, November, December, whenever that was. Now it's finally back in here. So I guess I might go into the next project. I already got a little bit of the stuff off here, but I guess I'm gonna keep on chipping away, get at least some of my stuff out of here. Clean it, make it look a little bit better in here. Well, I got rid of some of the clutter. Some of it will just stay here, but I actually get rid of this thing. But I definitely did clean up a little bit in here, so. Yep. I get that junk engine out of here too, I guess. Some point. Maybe get another. Well, I might be getting on there yet in this load. Get it out of here. Okay, it's much later in the day now, but this fence is leaning pretty bad and it's got a pretty good wiggle in it. So I would like to bring this corner post up here a little bit, but be here maybe, but we'll see. Try it seeing a little straight. So now I got pulling out posts. I got all the T-posts out except for this one. And I think it's growing to the tree roots, so I might be stuck in there for good until this tree dies. And even then I'll have to try to cut it out or dig it out, just leave it. Because I can't even get it out, so I think growing to the trees. Maybe I got the skid loader or something, I can pull it out, but. So I'm not sure, I might start or stringing up a line here or something. Well, I need to go get that post for up in that corner there. I'm gonna brace it and all that good stuff. I need to find the digging iron, so anyway, I've been messing around here. But I need to cut that branch off that tree right here, so get that out of the way. And get that heck down. got that down. I like to pinch the saw, but it happens once in a while. Well, I got a couple posts pounded in there. And right there's the last one. Right there. I got that in there, but I need to finish tamping it down and everything, get the rest of the dirt in there. So, yeah. So, we got the rest of those in there. We'll put the brace together there on that end, and then we'll brace it out this side yet. And we'll wait right up. Once this is all put in, everything string around this side and shoot up through there. I'm not quite sure how to go about doing it yet, but we'll see. So, thanks everyone for watching. I'm not sure some of this might have been a little boring, but just let me know if you didn't like it or if you liked it or whatever. I'm not doing the greatest at it, so at least I don't feel like I am. But maybe some of you are enjoying it real great. So anyway, thanks everyone again for watching. Well, actually, I'm back. I thought maybe before I let these two kids get too big, just let you see those. That's a set of twins there, and then the one that's right in there just came in. That's a little older. So they're pulling at me. They're wanting some hay, so I didn't get them their hay yet.